By itself, this photo is absolutely terrifying, but once you understand the backstory to it, it becomes even worse. This is a simple two-image slideshow, the first image being a grainy mugshot taken of a man by the name of Andre Crawford, and then a drawing created by Andre Crawford during his time in prison titled First Kill. So for some context, Andre Crawford was born in 1962 in Chicago, Illinois, and this is basically where he would hang out and perform all of the horrible things that he had done. And between the years of 1993 to 1999, Andre would act on what he had always wanted to do, and over this course of time took 11 people's lives. Behind me is an image of two of these unfortunate victims, and as you can see, he clearly has a type. Typically, he would go for African-American women that were specifically working in the trade of selling their bodies and addicted to illicit substances. Typically, he would lure these unfortunate victims into abandoned houses or abandoned wastelands with the promise that he was going to either use their services or provide them with certain substances that they would want to use. From there, he would leave the victim and return the following day, and he would perform even more heinous acts on their remains. You guys already know what I'm talking about. It starts with an N. Now, he successfully did this to 11 people, but on the 12th one, things were different. Claudia Robinson fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up meeting Andre, and he performed his usual thing where he would lure them to an abandoned location. However, this time, when he attempted to do the things that he did, she would pretend to be dead. That way, she would survive. Of course, for Claudia, things were not perfect after this. She required 3 months of hospitalization in order to get over her injuries, and on top of this, she is now technically disabled from what had happened. Eventually, in the year 2000, justice finally caught up with Andre when his DNA was linked to 7 of these murders. He was interrogated for quite some time, but eventually ended up admitting his guilt, which would pave the way for his trial. In court, Andre expressed zero remorse for what he had done, stating that he would continue to do what he had done if he were free, because to him it had become like an addiction. Additionally, due to some judicial errors, Andre would be detained without actually serving a sentence for 9 years and 10 months, until eventually, November of 2009, he was convicted and given life imprisonment. And of course, because Andre was a very sick individual, when the prison offered him the activity of creating art, he jumped at this idea and used it as an outlet to relive things that he had previously done. This is why we now have these disturbing pieces of art created by Andre, and while this one is the most popular, there are many other pieces of art that he's created. If you search for them, all of them are pretty much just as disturbing. Andre would end up getting his karma though, because in March of 2017, he would pass away from liver cancer, which in my opinion is a far more painful affliction than just being served the death penalty. So justice, I guess, was served in the end, though this can't bring back the lives that he took. Let me know what you guys think about this case as well as this art. It's very disturbing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.